want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic.
Whoa! Hello and welcome back to the IeSF World Championships for 2016. We have another exciting matchup for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Who are we watching now, Spoddington?
You're putting me on the spot here, but how could I forget? Because this basically is becoming a pride thing for you. Because
no, I'm completely professional.
You are absolutely not impartial.
The fact that I have an Australian tattoo tattooed between my nipples, got it done yesterday in a dodgy Jakartan tattoo shop, doesn't mean anything.
You're a compulsive liar. I mean, sorry, carry on.
But here we go. We are seeing Australia, also known as Atletico, take on, that is the head of the Australian Association, cheering.
I'm not going to lie.
So there's that.
Australians must be very unpopular because there's a lot more Finnish supporters.
There are a bit there, but we are coming to the later hours of our tournament, so we do have Atletico representing Team Australia, and I'm not biased at all, but we have Finland represented by Enzo. And anyway, moving on to
losers.
but we do have the Finnish side represented by the organization ENS, who are one of the dominating forces right now in this competition, along with Tai Lu and the very dark horse MVP for Korea and China respectively. So how do you think this game will turn out?
Well, frankly, I think Australia is going to get dumped. But
And you are no longer my friend.
Yeah, well,
so no, to be completely impartial here, the statistics would say that Finland in as heavy favourites here, but never to count out Australia. We love an underdog, and to be an underdog is no new thing to us. But here we see the knife round, I do believe, is it? Maybe not, as I see Sonic is not doing anything in the T-spawn.
I thought they already did the knife round, but maybe they didn't. Maybe that one didn't count because Australia won.
I'm
so they
not
were
too
cheating.
sure what's happening, but we do see a train played out. So a very small map pool today. We do have one more game coming up after this one, which will be Switzerland taking on Korea to round out day 2 of the IeSF World Championships. And train here. So we've seen 2 trains, an overpass, and about 7,000 mirages today.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the number.
That is, I feel like that's precisely the number. Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Indeed. So here we go. We see.
Right, so now we have to find out, is this the knife or is this the pistol?
I think the way that they are buying that this is the pistol, so I imagine the knife round went in favor of the CTs? You said you saw Atletico?
I swear, I mean, maybe I'm just going crazy.
Yeah,
it's been a very long day.
I would choose T-side over on the old train here. It's a fairly lopsided map to the CT side, but here we will see Finland starting off on the CT side with Ensign. We see some movement there. The bomb creeping up Ivy, and we'll see a bit of a slow start here from the Australian team. First game for them on the main stage here. Finland all too familiar, but we'll see how this plays out. A bit of a slow start, mellowing out, feeling anything, seeing if there's a bit of an aggressive push, but both teams very composed, knowing exactly what their roles are, and a little bit of anticipation building up for this very all-important pistol round.
Yes, it is. And it looks like Ivy may be the focus here. We do have the slightly unusual tactic of having Sonic be first man out there. He's backed up, of course, so even if the push came out from Finland, it wouldn't be disastrous. However, he's going to be leading the charge. That's a very odd choice and potentially could be a problem. But as it happens, doesn't matter. They managed to keep their control over the bomb. And Australia, they're going straight in for this one. They're actually being pretty successful. He has finding the headshot there. That put 2 on 3, but iESF is not going to be able to reclaim the situation. He's leaving it down to Nasu, who is not getting anything.
Look at that, Liaz going huge there with a couple of great shots. 3 frags for him and 2 for Wizard, and the all-important pistol does go in the way of the Australian side there, and they will buy up on the back of that infrequent who is the Oppo. Will pick up that scout, trying to find some early frags. Obviously, the sniper is very useful on this train map. A lot of those choke points leading into the far angles, and we do see the very favoured Deagles and CZs on the CT side. So trying to stop this in its track over here from the Finnish guys.
Yeah, I mean, train is the Deagle map. It's so long, and you know that's all you need basically. No girth required. It's just a really powerful weapon in this scenario. You can't. It's very difficult to avoid charging into their line because you're either going close up and there's potentially a 5-7, or you're going long range and there's potentially a deagle. So really difficult to deal with. Nasu though.
Oh, look at that! Big Keen, good frag there with the CZ in close quarters. Exactly what that weapon is good for. And now we see Sonic coming down main there, and he fails to find the frag with that UMP, not utilizing it quite enough. Players tag low, but still not a frag out yet. Juho down onto one and gets the frag. The bomb will go down and no frags coming out. So still very low players on the Finnish side, and we see a bit of a flank coming here. He's in the smoke. Wizard going to have to be careful, or he's going to flank by the side, but unfortunately picks the smoke a bit too early. So a 2-on-3 situation, superior firepower, but these can never count out a European with a deagle in his hand, can you?
No, indeed. And the push is going to come through, though, in return from Australia. They managed to get out there with the... I think that was a flashbang. For a second, I thought it was a decoy, but I think it was a flashbang. Either way, it fooled me. So they managed to keep control, but that was actually quite dangerous there. Finland doing a lot of damage and nearly being in a position to take away the round. So not to discount them as of yet.
Absolutely, little slivers of what Finland is capable of. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize on that round there, but still looking very dangerous. And we still see 3 SMGs. So the anti-eco coming out here, a little bit of back boost, an aggressive push up here. Sonic having to go big. He will retreat to the support of his friend. And here we go, the big slaw coming out 1-for-1. So looking good right now on the eco side. But here we go, Wizard shutting that down straight away and making sure that the team does not. That's a touchdown nade, but doesn't take down anyone, which is quite interesting. And here we see the play going to the outer bomb side here.
Yeah, no need to take any risks. No need to go charging into the large number of burly men. They are not best pleased to deal with you. So, with their... You force them to come to you, then you wait for them to come, and it works out very well for you.
Yes, so great start here. Wizard, saw him a bit earlier today. It was a little bit slow starting his first game, but obviously definitely finding momentum here. He's 8-0, so maybe he's the man to lead this Australian side to victory. But here we see the first rifle round. Exciting times for this match. Now we're going to see what Finland really have in store on this CT side of Train.
Yeah. Could be interesting to see. But, okay, right now we're going to see this push out from Nasu, actually. Smoked up, so is he going to be actually moving up to a dangerous position? Looks like no. He is actually the only man holding the site. So you've got to say, that's a brave move to be so close up, but it could work out here. Juho has caught that one man there. Jokes goes down, and that leaves this B site quite exposed with only one man to hold it if they go for it. But the push is actually a little bit slow maybe from Australia.
Indeed, but we do see Juho come back with that AWP holding down into the C, and he will go to the B side. The frag not coming out, unfortunately. Sonic unable to capitalize, and Juho backing up, taking that Wizard with that AWP, so it's a 4-on-2 situation. The bomb will go down onto the B bomb side, but Juho holding this angle. If he peeks out to the right there, he probably almost definitely will get taken down. He's flirting with the idea, but unfortunately for Juho, will not pick that line. And here we go, and Frequent with a big frag there, putting the numbers game in their favor. And Liaz with a big headshot. And Alex, he knows where Liaz is. And Juho making that frag, and he gets spotted down on the train. Nice little retake there. Bomb will be defused. And first round going to Finland.
Yeah, I was a bit worried about that. Liaz was certainly, putting in some good work there. And frankly, the second kill, I couldn't even see the guy. Just nailed his head over the top of the smoke. But first round on the board for Finland. And they finally have an excuse to cheer.
A little bit of a Finnish contingent right in front of the caster's desk here, and a little bit intimidating, I won't lie. A little bit intimidating while watching him sit right there, but hopefully the Atletico boys can stack on a few rounds. But either way, all I ask for is a great game of CSGO, and I'm sure that's what we'll get. A little bit.
You want Australia. You want Australia to win.
No, I want. At the end of the day, as long as CSGO is the winner, I'm a happy caster. And we see Nasu there taking a couple of bit of a spray down through smoke, not hitting anyone because there's no one there. And
frankly, I think your supporters should be disgusted at you. There's no patriotism.
Sorry, what was that?
There's no patriotism in you. You're not.
Yes, but then
the
the people signing my paychecks should be happy with me as a completely impartial caster. Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on, another slow pace, very reminiscent of that very first round. They're just feeling out the map, both teams. No one too pushy. Juho, unaware of the fact that someone has flipped over to the other side of Ivy there because of that boost by Liaz. So sneaky play that might pay dividends, but I don't think he will be pushing with that AWP. And here we go, Sonic lurking around showers there. And Nasu just unsure about where a push may be coming from, but not too much of a big presence right there. We do see Sonic kind of hovering towards that area from Pop Dog, but not too much happening there, and a heavy presence on the A bomb side for the CTs. So if they do decide to execute here, it will be a bit of a gunfight advantage going to obviously the CTs holding that side.
Yeah, 2 directions to come through from, and actually 1 man in Pop Dog as well. So yeah, a lot of places to cover here for Finland, and if they start dropping players, it quickly becomes unmanageable, and that may be what's happening with the team. 1-for-1 so far. Sonic now getting another trade, basically, but it's 3 versus 2. Terrorists may be able to get this bomb plant down if they can just keep the cover. They have the positions now.
It's all down to Nasu. He's down over at Pop. He's been spotted with Yodo infrequent pops, luckily on 18 health. And there you go, another map straight back. And unfortunately, with the single map there, the economy of the CTs in not too bad a shape, but they will definitely have to eco this round if they want to buy up for the next, which will be not the greatest of buys, but rifles and nades out nonetheless.
They're going to have to eco twice if they want to buy up. So in many ways, it makes a lot more sense for them to, go up, go for upgraded pistols, maybe some chest armor, spend a bit of that money that will be otherwise wasted. Indeed. So Arvid, the man to watch, as he is well equipped for a pistol round. Not going so well for him so far. 22 HP, that's all you need. Got to just land that deek.
But Liaz getting taken down to 34 health with that Mac 10, so doing some damage there. The wall spam coming through by Arvid, clever. And look at that, the one dig onto Jokes, very unfortunate. When Sonic's taking this fight, he might actually lose, but luckily does get away with it. 66 health still in the bag, so very threatening, these deagles from these Ents boys.
Certainly something to be careful of. All 3 remaining players now have got those deagles, and as you can see, they are really quite lethal. That one wasn't even a headshot.
Liaz was on 1 health, but nonetheless some great aim coming out from the Deagle boys. And there you go again, the Deagles raining out damage. It's 2-on-2. Firepower in the favor of the AU team, but unfortunately this is not a scenario that they would privy themselves to, especially with the superior firepower at the beginning of the round. And Arvid holding this line. If he peeks this, he might be dangerous.
You can see Wizard, but he's waiting for the headshot.
And here we go, just taking their time, biting it out.
Does he?
It seems like it, but I don't think they're going to play for it. Maybe they're going to grind their way up and go to upper and head towards B, or they're a little bit nervous to clear this side. Obviously, the outer side on Train, very perplexing in terms of the angles and places hard. But there you go, 22 health, no armor on him, taking down main frequency, take 9, and the 5th round going in favor of the Australian side. Yeah,
ultimately sensible idea, right? If you're very scared because you don't know where the deagle is, just start cutting off possible locations he could be. I think they were still hanging on to a smoke.
So definitely. So the AU Atletico side definitely showing all the respect to the Finnish team, not taking anything for granted. And we do see that double eco. A couple of CZs have given up on the Deagle, so it looks like they're going to be holding more aggressive lines, maybe the short corners with those P250s in hand. We'll see what happens here. There you go, very aggressive, huge play coming out from Sunny, gets the 2, and that will be bombed down as well, so they don't know exactly where it is, but they're going to have to try to retrieve that in a 3-on-3 and the 3-on-5, but they get the quick frag onto Elixir, but there are 2 AKs in Pop Dog right now, so not looking favourable, and they're quite low, the Australian team.
Yeah, they did manage to reclaim the bomb, but this is potentially quite difficult for them because there's actually a man circling around. Going to go through Ivy in the long run, plus they've got guys coming in from Connector. This is just going to be awkward for the guys on Australia's side. That being said, let's see if they can keep their eyes open in the right place.
Oh,
not looking too likely. Go for the knife, mate. But does not in fact do so. And it will be a 1-for-1 trade.
So there we go, getting very tense here. They know exactly where Jokes is. It's all on him to clutch. Flash comes out. He will take the early peak. Unfortunately, gets taken straight down. So a great eco coming from the Finnish lads there. But have they got it? They have stuck it, yes. I believe the fuse came a few seconds before that started ticking down. There you go, no kit, but luckily gets the defuse. Few seconds to spare. And great eco round coming from the aggressive P250 play in Pop Dog.
So, 2nd round on the board. Now they need to keep that going. Fairly standard stuff, nothing too surprising. They are going to be going with this AWP here, Juho, and as we see, reasonably solid on that. In fact, It's like top frag for the team, but that's not actually doing spectacularly at the moment just because of the round score.
Yeah, fairly even spread over for the Finnish guys. And we see an interesting, once again, the only man, Nasu, is left on the B bomb side, and we will see this kind of dance that Sonic has been having, trying to clear out that upper area. But we're going to see a very similar style play with 2 to Ivy, and then 1 heading it towards that main area. And obviously just feeling out the map, Atletico. Very composed rounds at the moment.
Yeah, very slow, very steady, waiting for those picks, and it is working out for them at the moment. I do kind of feel like at some point maybe they should be, trying to take advantage of the fact that there's almost invariably 4 people here from Finland on the A site, and obviously it's Train, right? That's a lot more common on Train than any other map, but it still feels like it should be abusable in some way, shape or form. Right now, though, we're going to be watching Lias as he's dancing around some smokes, does not actually see the man right next to him.
He's always in an awkward position, and obviously Alexi B getting it in a very clean round, happening in Frequent, finally getting a trade out, but unfortunately the numbers in a strong advantage to the CTs there. The Frequent getting on top of Blue there and gets another frag, but it's all down to him and his AWP. He's got a couple of utilities left, but they know exactly where he is, and they've got him somewhat surrounded. He's got bomb, he can retreat back, but he's going to creep into the crosshair of Arvid there and gets taken straight down. So the 3rd round for the Finnish side there, and potentially building a little bit of momentum here on the CT side of Train, as we see the economy on Atletico not the strongest at the moment.
Yeah, this is really the round to make bank for Finland, although they don't seem to have correctly read the economic situation here, because I'd normally expect to see at least 1 SMG being picked up if that were the case. But that's the way the Finnish guys are saying, "Oh, what's the economy?" and waving at me. But it's fine. They, as long as they don't lose any players here, they still have a good chance to make a lot of money. And at that point, they're in good shape, right? They still have to obviously win the next buy round. That's always going to be where the games turn. But it's very important.
Juho opening on Lias, gets another one on Wizard, going huge with the AWP there, finding 3. Great work from him hanging over in Z there, and Sonic last man alive with a P250 will get taken down very promptly by Sunny. So a 4v5, and the Finnish guys a very passionate fan. That's a singular. And see some money exchanging hands between the Australians and the Finnish people there. I'm not sure what they're doing, but seems kind of dodgy.
I was tempted to actually ask you to place a bet on this.
Oh,
if I offered you 2 to 1 odds, would you have gone on Australia?
That's a slippery
Trying to lead you down a dark path where you give me all your money.
We know the old controversy surrounding CSGO and gambling, so let's enjoy the game.
Oh, no, I meant actual. I'm not piddling around with bloody skins. It's not bad. I'm taking you for all you're worth, mate. All right.
Nasu spraying, missing the timing by just a little bit. Potential to do some damage there, but a couple of players here up in this upper area, and we see with keen eyes Jokes creeping, joining them. So it looks like it'll be a slightly different play this round, heading towards the inner bomb site. And the smoke's getting lined up, so we'll see this execute come out very shortly. It's first rifle round in a couple of rounds for both sides, and the mollies will come out. They'll push the molly, but unfortunately Nasu's not having any of that to get tagged down. A little bit of sprays coming through, and great work coming from the holds on the CT, and Arvid in full control on top of that Train there. We'll take another down in Liaz and Juho. Too easy.
Yeah. They are not making it easy to get that bomb planted. There's too many angles to cover. They can't really handle it. And
the single player on B not being too much of a factor here. The rotates very coordinated and very fast based on the communication of the team. So you can see why they go for that setup. They try to protect the more vulnerable bomb side, and they know exactly where they're going if the call may come.
Yeah, it is true, but I do feel like sometimes teams... I don't know whether this is a fair statement to make about Australia. I haven't seen enough of them to necessarily judge it, but I do feel like sometimes teams, they're not like cogent of the fact that the team is relying on the enemy team is relying on a rotate, so they spend time setting up an execute, and the enemy team twigs, and they're like, oh wait, we'd better rotate someone across. So sometimes you have to make that timing call and just go straight for it. But this time, not looking likely to happen. There's a Molotov right in the way, and Finland have already rotated across. So pecking away here with that 4S is going to be chancing the reload. A little bit brave there, but it's okay. He's covered by Juho, and they have really cleanly taken that one out.
Very cleanly taken that one out, but the bomb plant does go down, so it does give him the the money. I imagine that was the only goal for the only objective of that round over from the Australian boys. And for the first time in the game, the Finnish team take the lead 6-5.
So, I'm sure that'll please the fan.
It will please the fan there, and it's.
To be honest, he didn't even cheer. He's lost interest.
He's lost interest
now. He's being heckled by the casters.
Slightly concerning potentially in the early rounds, but they're getting back in control there, and we do see the AWP back out on infrequent, and all to play for here for the Atletico guys. On train, you probably would be happy at this stage with the 5 rounds. There we go, Juho getting very bold out there, and the train coming out eventually, but. Wizard getting tagged down to 14 and then Nate taking one more off, so lucky he didn't fall to that. But I would say 10-5 on the T side on train I'd be fairly happy with. I would be too displeased, but having gotten the 5 very early, you'd probably want to get potentially 7 or 8.
Yeah, I mean, once you start doing well, that's all. You know, you've always kind of got to think in in terms of where you are now, not where you would be on average, because otherwise you always trend towards the average.
Oh, sneaky little boost coming out from Sunny. They're catching Lea's off guard, which is unfortunate of the Riviera, so they quickly lose that one-man advantage, which they haven't had in a couple of rounds, actually.
Yeah, so can they take advantage of that fact?
So it's still 4-on-4. Still a slight advantage towards the T side, which is usually default when the player count is at this rate, and they look like they're going to slowly move towards this favoured bomb site. And Sunny off of the train down. Unfortunately, the timing perfect for Sonic to take him down with a headshot, but Arvid trades straight back on frequent, so that's the AWP down for the T side there, and obviously it will be this slain bomb site there. Unfortunately, walking to the side. Sonic will volley out Arvid and gets peeked, and Alex will give the molly out there, and unfortunately goes in for the trade, but can't make it work, so now it's all on Wizard with 14 health. He does have the bomb in hand, but catches the timing of Nasu, but now Alexei will know exactly where he is, so it's all on Wizard to play these mind games, and unfortunately gets spotted. Great reactions there from Alexei, and he will take his team to a 7th round.
Definitely felt like there was some miscoms on both sides there. I mean, when you've got a guy coming around behind, you kill somebody, and then you just sort of
turn around,
reverse towards him, right? That's usually a bad sign. But ultimately, the round does, as you say, go the way of Finland. They don't get a chance to build a lot of bank, because obviously they lost a lot of weapons, but I don't think they're very upset about that.
They're not too upset. The bank is looking very good. The Bank of Finland looking very strong at the moment. And here we do see a bit of a staggered setup this time. Not so much presence from the CTs out on the outer bomb side. We're seeing frequent with that Deagle trying to make do when he gets a big one dig onto Sunny. Not going to be too pleased about that. Unfortunately, we see the push coming out. Leaz getting the frag there. Juho doing great work with that AWP. The call will be out that here. They know where Leaz is lurking around, but if he picks a bit more, great work doing huge things with that AK. And definitely bouncing back from that last round, unfortunately getting picked off at Ivy there. And
we heard him.
The X-ray is something, isn't it? I can see the guy get the frag. He turns the corner, great work. And he's going to spray through him. He's taken down to 31. What is this? He's on a Sixth Sense mode. So some great work there. Bomb will be down. Nasu with the single, and Leaz. Look at that. That's a 4K for Leaz. Huge work from him. Will he be the spearhead that takes this Atletico team to a halftime lead?
It's hard to call at this point. Like Wizard, Leaz seems to be doing very little and then clutching. Wizard seems to be kind of generally just solid performer, like one or two kills around almost. So yeah, Leaz might actually be the one to watch if it comes down to some super dramatic scenario that you're hoping for.
The young man definitely can aim, having seen him a lot in the domestic competition down in Australia. But here we go, all important round here. They'll have more than enough money to buy, maybe lacking a couple of utilities, but nothing to worry about in terms of economy for the CT side. But on the other hand, the Ts will be in dire straits going into the old faithful final round of the half.
So here comes the push. Nasu has to hold this off as long as he can. He's likely going to die in the process, but doing damage is really the aim. And Atletico did not cover their right side there. They still haven't actually taken him out. Now they do, and the spray transfer was great. Yeah, Wizard. Arvid is coming in.
Look how low the Australian players are, though. Unfortunately, that bomb take costs him a bit more, if not quite the frags, and Alexei in a great position here. Very passively held, so he has been spotted there. And all to the CT trying to take the side. Nice spray coming from there. Is not quite able to take the frag down. And Joke's flashing out. So all players holding in the upper area. So it'll be interesting how they play this one out here. Bomb does get tapped and Alexei does hold the line. And that's a fantastic molly onto the bomb there. Great play. Whoever threw that have just clutch this all crucial round coming into this. The molly will die out though, but the bomb is gone. Alexib not too sure if he's going to try to go for it. Will he go down? Doesn't really matter. They're all very rich. Alexib, the only one to survive. Great round coming out from Atletico there. That molly was definitely the one that clinched around for them.
Yeah, I think that was in fact Liaz that threw that one. So once again, being responsible for the clutches.
Indeed, but as we speak of Liaz, we just see Wizard just topping off that kill streak. He's on 15 just before the half, so great frags coming out there. But Juho with that AWP on the Finnish side, 14. So a couple of strong, I don't want to say carries, but top fraggers coming out here. And look at that, just to talk about him, Juho, the early frag on his opposing AWPer, getting absolutely wrecked, unfortunately. Look at him, he's just going ham as I'm talking about him. I kind of feel like I want to stop at the detriment of the Australian team.
Unfortunate for you, isn't it? You know, it's really it's kind of
like I said, when I'm standing at this table, I am impartial to all teams, but when I hop off, I'll probably cry in the bathroom by myself.
Well, you do that anyway. All right. Sonny.
I'll have a reason for it this time.
Oh, lovely. Other than crippling depression. Sonny is fine. Looking all good right now.
But we do see
holding
the
a different position from usual.
And Nasu just holding this kind of ramp area, but Wizard Liaz, the players that have been going ham for this Atletico side, everything to play for, nothing to lose here in the final round of the first half, 3-on-5, and we'll see what they can execute here. Utility is still available for them, so it might be quite interesting, but the holds that the Finnish guys have been presenting might pose a bit of a problem, so the nades will go out, and here we go. We'll see that quick rotate at this stage. You probably don't need to call it, and the players coming out, got a bit of a stall there, getting the trades, so a little bit of a chance there, but they still have double the players, and here we go. Ooh. Unfortunately, Wizard getting caught out there, and Liaz having to go hand. Unfortunately, thanks to the CZ, gets taken down by Juho. I think that's a 3K or a 4K for him. I'm not too sure. I've lost count.
Well, there's a number on the screen right now. I'm gonna help you out.
Juho. I didn't say Juho.
3. Juho. 3.
3.
3. Yes. The number is 3. It says there. Look.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
We're good at this. We've got
so
it,
good.
guys.
8-7. And once again, actually, you know what? For the first time, not too an important pistol round. You know, like, I mean, yeah, for the first time,
okay,
we can say,
I mean, we can't say, like, it's always super, like, it is always important.
It is.
No matter what.
Almost a free 2 rounds.
But we don't get to use the cliche.
Yeah. So
we get to talk about the meta cliche, which is talking about how the pistol round now isn't important.
Exactly, but it's good. Towards the end of the day, change things up a bit, but we see an interesting push here from the Finnish guys heading towards Showers and Pop Dog, and we'll see where they go. And the CT's playing a bit aggressive, coming all the way up here, but gets taken straight down. They're not going to know jokes. He's going to have to do some big work here. Gets one down, tries to get the second. Unfortunately, doesn't get the wall bang there, and Liaz retreating quickly as he's down on 36. So we'll see where this goes. As it is a 4-on-4 and a smooth little transition there down to the lower B side.
Yeah, are they going to be heading towards A or B? That's like the question that's going to be playing on the minds of Australia here. They can't afford to really commit to either side. So, really, it almost doesn't matter which way Finland goes now. They just have to go in on one side and just try and clear it out really quick.
Definitely bomb hanging around that upper B area, and we do see a couple of the Atletico players hovering around this Z, so the quick rotate definitely on hand if required, and just Finland just feeling out the game, the round, sussing out where they're going to go. They do seem to be favouring towards this B bomb site, but they're just slow playing at the moment.
Just threw a grenade, I think, onto the A site. Might have been a decoy, not sure.
And the smoke coming out onto the B sub bomb site. So the call has been made. The bomb will go down on this side. The spam coming through the smoke there. We see a very forward player on the T side. Gets taken down by Liaz. Doing great work there. Gets traded straight away by Arvid. And now the retake has to be played by Atletico. He's super low there, Arvid, unfortunately, but luckily he gets him down. But these CT players on 1 and 6 looking pretty grim. He's going to go for the defuse. The molly comes out.
Couldn't have headshot him if you tried. Sadly, there was glass in the way, and that is just going to mean lights out there. Pistol round goes to Finland.
Absolutely, but once again, not all and out, but if they do get to that 12-7, there's every chance that they could come back, but it's going to be pretty difficult against this very strong Finnish outfit represented here at the World Championships by ENCE.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, is the word. So, right now, Atletico, like, here's the thing that I was thinking when I was watching Australia on the T side. I was thinking they don't really play very kind of clever. This is just going to be a slaughter, probably. unless the Deagles really do well.
Harvard making huge bank with that UMP there.
Yeah, man. It's got so much money. Oh, okay, they lost one player, fair enough. But what I was going to say is, I wasn't super sold on Australia because they basically never faked. And I feel like faking is kind of a very important thing on train because of the whole thing with the, the stand setup quite often being 4 people on a site and then you rotate, right? So being able to manipulate where they're putting their players and when the rotates happen is a very important skill. So I'd like to see a lot more of that from Finland. They strike me as a team that might do that more, and that could be a strength for them here.
It definitely is a lot stronger on the European scene with the meta there, but look at this is just an absolute slaughter again from the Finnish guys. Jokes the one person with the pistol kill once again, and it's very similar round, just playing on a different side this time.
Yeah, that was, no real strategy to this. This is we have guns, they don't, let's go. So can't complain. Good result for them. 11-7 on the scoreboard now.
And the first gun round of the half. They need to deliver something here, Australia, if they're a chance to come back, because otherwise they'll be in tatters, most likely for a double link of this. But Wizard trying to do some damage there, gets Sunny down to 11, but unfortunately not doing enough. Sonic in a very advantageous position up here, but he does need to make a count. They are going to be clearing it. Look at that. He finishes off the tag of Wizard. Nasu just out. Great work from him, and Frequent finally taking that orb to use. It's a 3-on-3 situation on this out of bomb side. The spam through smoke! Oh, getting him so close down. He's been spotted in heaven as well. Great work with that UMP there. So Leah's very low, eventually gets caught out, and now it's all down to Jokes with that single M4 and a flash.
So Arvid's going to be the one to claim that last kill.
And he gets taken down. So great work with the UMP there. He took down one from heaven, which was great aim, especially considering that it was an SMG quite a distance. So Arvid showing exactly what he can do. And economy shot for Team Australia.
Yeah, UMP is kind of like, it's almost like the rifle of SMGs, right?
Well,
it's longer ranged.
You look at his bank, he's got 14k Arvid from all his UMP killing he's been doing, so not too bad for him, giving him a good buffer there in case they lose a couple rounds. But the way the Finnish team is playing right now doesn't look too much like that at this stage, and we see Juho going big with the Mac-10.
Incidentally, this is what I was talking about earlier when Finland kind of missed the beat on the economy. Because this time they've gone for Mac-10s to punish the fact they know that Australia is going to be going on weak weapons, where before they held all rifles. They've actually ended up losing their Mac-10s and the players, which is kind of an expensive loss anyway. But, that's fine. It's cheaper than it would be.
It's 1-0 bear, and now Leaz with absolutely nothing on him except a single deagle. Lurking around the A-bomb sites. He has picked up that Mac-10 and a smoke, so it'll be interesting to see what he tries to do. Will he try to build up the bank or save the Mac-10 for the next round? Not going to be of too much use, I can't imagine, on train if they're aware he has it, along with the ecos coming from the rest of his team.
He's just hoping for the exit frag here, but I don't think anyone's going to go that route. So should just be a fairly clean ending to this round. I don't think Liaz is close enough. I think he should be all right. I'm sure he has better judgment than I do, so there you go. No, he doesn't.
But maybe a cost exercise in trying to get a frag there, or maybe he just wasn't quite aware how close he was.
Yeah, I mean, if he just run away, a second or two sooner, I'm sure he would have been fine. And ultimately, it wasn't a terribly expensive loss because they're going to be buying up now anyway. So it's like you lose your deal, which is your sidearm, and your Mac-10, which you were going to throw away. So
they do have max loss round bonus, so they potentially, it will be still very difficult to force up in the next round if they go down here. Rifle round, very important. They're going for the double orb setup as well. So tactical pause called by the Australian side, all or nothing to do in this next buy round.
So if you were their coach, what would you advise them?
Start winning. Otherwise, that caster out there is going to have to face the wrath of a bunch of Finnish guys sitting in the audience. It's not going to be very good.
So it's the get good approach.
Get good. Get good. Okay. But we'll let them grind it out. It would be hard if you are Sonic in this position. The rounds are falling apart, but essentially you're just getting outplayed by Ents. There's nothing too flawed. I know they do like to play the retakes, and they haven't had too much economy to kind of do what they can, but this double up setup maybe play a lot more passively, play the retakes that they like to do and see what they can happen. But I don't think Ents make the kind of mistakes that they require for them to retake these sides. So we'll see what will happen, and we'll see what Sonic brings to the table here in this timeout, and it's always exciting to see what happens after a tactical pause.
It is. It can definitely change things around. We'll see. We've actually seen it already today, like at least once or twice.
Yeah, tactical pause
actually does make quite a difference. Hard to know what they're talking about, but let's keep our eyes open. Wizard just doing a bit of spam there. Not going to find anything today. Once again, standard setup. T-side playing very, very spread out right now. Just taking it slow, taking it steady.
Two players working up in that Ivy area, currently being held by Liaz in that AWP, so we'll see what develops over there. But yeah, you do see the pretty default setup. Bomb slowly leading its way towards Pop Dog in that B area, so we'll see if they will put Jokes under the pump there. And slowly grinding it out. So this is very interesting. We haven't seen the aggression of all the other teams that we've seen play today. It's a very slow-paced game, which is it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, they're not. The thing is, right now, okay, they're setting up for an execute. Fair enough. I was going to say, like, normally when you play very slow passive, you do things, right? You look for picks, but they were kind of just sat there for quite a while. But that may have been to throw off the timing on the execute for Australia's sense, as it is right now. It's kind of a bait, but it doesn't seem to have been taken very much. They're just going to go straight onto the site, though. They can at least get the bomb plant, and the two-man hold is possible here. Orb in the hands of Duo, so do not count them out here.
The dude's going 24 and 12, so definitely don't count him out. If you want anyone in a two-man stack to hold this side, it's definitely him, and he's got this angle here. He gets the quick flick onto Sonic there, so it cuts it straight down to a 2-on-2 situation, and 2 orbs in hand for the CTs there, so not ideal, and Infrequent will swap straight up for a rifle there, and he knows exactly where Elixir is. Completely flash, gets taken down, so it's a 1-on-1 here with Infrequent taking on Elixir. He is low, he does the crouch, and unfortunately doesn't get it. He knows exactly where he is, he gets the frag down, and he does get the all-important gun there, and he knows he wants to retrieve the AWP back because that is his gun of choice. He has the kit in hand, so plenty of time. And there we go, another attack pause leading to a round win.
Yeah, maybe it's the time. You know, I'll be you now. Maybe this is how they turn it around. This is the beginning of the end.
And I'll be you. Too much optimism. Just too much optimism.
I think there really is insufficient data to draw such a conclusion.
But indeed, Juho doing a lot of work, just not quite enough, but going 25 frags early into this 22nd round. So great work from him, on fire with that big green gun of his. And Infrequent here, holding on to main. He's going to see if anyone's going to peek, and maybe we'll see an interesting battle against the Orbs. But I don't think that'll be the case, as Juho has made his way up in towards uppers. No, he's still holding the main area, so just lurking around. The bomb dropped closer to T-spawn, so it could go anywhere at this stage. And here we see the mellow session again. Yeah,
Australia definitely feeling like the B push might be a little more likely. You can see they've got one man not on the A site. Like he's ready to rotate, but he's actually watching B, which could actually play in their favor, because I think Finland was thinking of kind of pushing out with just their one guy they've got on upper. But
so Nasu just lurking around upper there, and a bit of presence around Showers there, and 2 players heading up towards that Ivy area again. So Lea's potentially put to the test very soon, and while it comes out, goes back, and they're going to do the boost here so it can cross without being spotted. So we'll see where that equates. So obviously, if they're going through Ivy, I can't imagine they'll go around the world. So maybe going for an A execute here.
Yeah, maybe. And they're being given all the time in the world to set it up, right? Finland, they don't seem to have to worry about CT pushes happening ever.
This is actually the latest I've seen a Finnish play getting set up. So it looks like they're all heading towards B site now with 28 seconds left. Infrequent with a lot of work to do. Also with good old, I believe it's Jokes there holding low, and gets 1, gets 2. Look at this. They're finally getting a bit of a solid hold on that B bomb site. So shutting that down straight away. And Finland do look like they've left it a bit too late. Not quite sure what they're in for. The bomb goes down with 11 seconds left. So that will be the round. Great hold there. And maybe 15 seconds too long potentially.
Yeah, you can tell that obviously Australia started to smell a rat, right? Like they knew the push was coming, and that was why you started to see them like throwing grenades into smoke, just because, well, it's probably, you know, it's like 50-50 which site they're going for. They're going to go for a site sooner or later. So
a great read there coming out.
It also puts a lot of pressure on your players, because you don't have the option of falling back anymore.
Well, I've seen a few WENS games, well, not too many, but they do like to wind the clock down. But I feel like if you don't do it often enough, like a Na'Vi would. It's you're putting a lot, like you said, a lot of pressure on your own team there, and it's not an ideal situation like we just saw. Ooh, throws everything out of balance. But here we go, very big push coming out, and Wizard having to hold down this 1 and 2. Bomb will go down very early with all 10 players still up. Sunny doing great work there. The trade's coming thick and fast, and it's a 2-on-4 situation.
Yeah,
and
a bit of a gear shift here.
Indeed, and looks like it's worked very well as the CT players are retreating to hold on to those rifles. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of buy comes out next. They will be on 14, 1 away from facing that match point. So the T's economy quite healthy. If they could potentially hunt if they wanted to, but I don't think they'll be doing that as they haven't sent any players out on the search yet.
No, well, they aren't in a secure enough position for it to be a good idea to start risking their investment in their guns, right? You know, when you're doing what I can't remember who it was actually earlier. They were on Mirage, do it with DID and charging after an orbit with 3 people, and you end up losing all 3 of them. Yeah, it's fine to do that sometimes if you've got loads of money, but right now they were, you know, they want to build up a little bit more money, have a couple of buy rounds in before you can really start throwing it away.
So there we see what we talked about earlier, Atletico not wanting to face that 15th match point, forcing it up. We see a Swag 7 on Infrequent and a FAMAS on Sonic, and we'll see what they can do with this. Jokes with the early pick there, great work there, holding, catching Nasu out with a nade in hand, and Sunny will work his way out, doing a great spray, but gets taken down to 17 himself. But we see this big rush coming out of main, and a great angle found by Juho. He is on fire with that AWP. This evening, and a great positioning from Sunny, just taking everyone down. And look at this, the game gets turned on its head. A couple of low players on T side, but it looks like this will be going to a 15th round, pending if the Jokes and Infrequent do anything special with these guns in hand. But they look like they are retreating, maybe going to go for a sneaky kill potentially. Nope, they're just going to play it safe.
This is save and chill. They're not doing much.
They're not doing anything, really.
Well, you know, got to keeping an eye out just in case there's some angry Finnish marauders coming for them. But
so money is about 10 times worse than it was in the previous round.
Nice.
So
how are you feeling about your chances?
This
is my own personal view. Is this is your fault if they lose?
My fault if they lose, probably.
Well, not your fault, but you know, it's your loss.
Well, one of my good Finnish friends who I've met at this tournament called a 10-round thing. So at this stage, I don't want them to get to 10 because I don't want them to be right. But if they get to 10th, I need them to get to the 11th. But here we see a very mixed buy. Some might call this a museum buy. A gun of every type on display for the CT side.
Yeah, except most of them are assault rifles.
So there we go. It's literally a mixed bag of every different gun for all 5 players. We do see an M4 and AK and a scout on Leaz, so we're going to see what they can do with this. And we see an aggressive play comes down to YV. Leaz gets caught out with the scout, not able to do too much damage. Juho down to 52, but with that orb, it does make too much of a difference.
Yeah, they're going to be going straight in here, though, losing a lot of men in the process. Finland, they just dropped the bomb.
So now it's down to Infrequent to keep this stream alive. He takes down Juho. And now it's down to Sunny in a one-on-one. Both players full health. And Frequent has the bomb. So advantage in Frequent, but a lot of utilities there on Sunny, and he gets taken down. Great work from him with a finish with a headshot. Well done. Oh, this one. So there we go. 16-9 in favor of the Finnish team. Won't lie, a little bit heartbroken. Valiant effort from the Atletico boys. The Finland team definitely favourites in this tournament.
I mean, you know, since there is no UK team, you know, I'm now I'm adopting the Finnish.
An honorary Aussie, so I think you should come across to Australia, man. That's the way you should.
Well,
do
you
it,
just lost, so I'm not tempted.
Jumping on the bandwagon there, but that was actually our last match. I know we said whispers of another match, but unfortunately we will not be able to bring that to you, so we'll be signing off now.
It's been a long day, but it's been fun.
Been a long day, been a fun day. You just have been watching day 2 of the IeSF World Championships, currently in Jakarta. You had a great day of CSGO. We'll be back tomorrow with some finals matches. Semis, quarters, the whole mix.
They're all types of finals, so there you go. And yes, we will be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Indeed.